Welcome to Tokyo Station. This is the Nihonbashi entrance or exit to Tokyo Station. It's not one that a lot of people go to. They always go through the central exit or the central entrance, but this one is the Nihonbashi one, and it's the one that I always take because it has the least amount of people. Hey everybody. So in this guide, I'm going to take you through Tokyo Station from one side, which is the Yaesu side, to the other side, which is the Marunouchi side. And in this video, I hope it's helpful for everybody who's coming for the first time to Tokyo Station. I know the first time I came to Tokyo Station, I was really overwhelmed actually, because it's just so big. It was hard for me 20 years ago to get from one side of the station to the other side of the station. But with this, maybe it's a little bit easier. There's actually a shortcut which takes you to the station, and I'm going to give you some insight into this. So let's go inside Tokyo Station right now and explore one of Japan's biggest train stations. Now, Tokyo Station has undergone a lot of renovations, and I think it was about 100 years ago, a little bit over 100 years ago, that Tokyo Station first opened. The Marunouchi side's architecture is something that you can really get a sense of its history. That's been renovated as well, so it looks really beautiful. But I always enter on the side of Tokyo Station, which is the Nihonbashi side, which is where I just came in. Now, the Nihonbashi side is really nice because it takes you straight to the Shinkansen platform. It's the first sign that you see. You bypass all of the local trains and go straight to the Shinkansen because it's got its own entrance. And it's literally, if I just take you right here, it's literally right there. You can see where the gates are. So if you're in a hurry and you're in a taxi, tell them to go to the Nihonbashi side of Tokyo Station, and you'll probably get into the train a little bit faster. So that's a shortcut. You can also get tickets here. There's also places for you to get the express tickets. But if you just want to ride on the local train, then you can go in through the central entrance or the central exit, and you can actually access Tokyo Station from underground. Of course, there are ATMs here. Oh, there was something that I think I wanted to show you guys really quickly. Right here, I went past it already. Let me just take you there. This here is a baggage delivery service. I didn't know about this until about a couple of months ago. You see here, baggage delivery service, and you can leave your bags here and they'll send it to you, I believe, anywhere in Japan. It's run by Sagawa, which is like the UPS of Japan, which is really interesting. So if you need to leave your bags somewhere, or you need to check it in for a few days, or you need to send it from A to B, this is where you would go. It's right on the Nihonbashi side of Tokyo Station. And there's also another place that you can send gifts. So if you buy gifts inside Tokyo Station, you can buy boxes right there, and you can put it in there and send it all over the world, I believe. But see here, this is like for tourism, so for tourist stuff. So yeah, that option exists. I think that's pretty cool, and it's good that you know about it now. So that guy was waving at me. All right, so I'm going to take you now to this is the Yaesu side of Tokyo Station. On the left side here, there's a map. Let's take a quick look at this just to orientate ourselves. You can see here where we are. The Nihonbashi side is the back way. That's the way we just came in. And we're going towards the Yaesu north side. It's actually quite a large station. This walkway goes on for like 1 kilometer, it seems like anyways. We entered right here, and right now we're right here. We've been walking for a couple of minutes. The passageway goes very long all the way to the end, and this is the north side. Here are all the train lines that are going through here. There's department stores here, and underground there's an entire maze of places to explore. But what I want to show you today is the central entrance of Yaesu, and then we're going to take the passageway underneath to get to the Marunouchi side. Now this passageway is important because you don't need a ticket to access it. You can get in there. Anybody can get from A to B. If you do have a ticket, however, it's sometimes easier just to cut across through the station, but you need tickets to get in from here to here. So I'm going to teach you a shortcut to get through without a ticket. There are ATMs inside. The 7-Eleven ATMs right there take foreign cards. And so does the Starbucks. Of course there's a Starbucks inside of Tokyo Station. There's lots of little secret doors as well that a lot of people don't know. That's for staff only, but I'm going to show you another one. In the basement here, we have a lot of stores that you can go. Restaurants, if you're waiting for a train, cafes, souvenirs. This is where you can get a lot of those flavored Kit Kats and things like this. That's all down in the basement. You can get them up here, but I think the basement has more variety. There's also a lot of lockers. You can see these coin lockers. I'm going to show you how this works really quickly. So they're a little pricey. This small one, somebody's already taken it. There's only one small one. This is about $4, and these are a little bit bigger. That's about $5. They're all taken. They get more, the pricier, the bigger they are, the pricier they get. Now, the locker system comes in English, which is convenient. If you push this,
Press the button for the desired function.
it gives you a really obnoxious English voice, which is embarrassing, so everybody knows that you're not from around here. No vacancy, take out your luggage. So right now, there's no available lockers. But how to use the lockers, you can push the button. You can use a Suica or an IC card to just touch it and pay digitally, which is really cool. But you also get a key number, and that key number you want to hold on to, and you present the key number, and that's how it'll open up the lockers. Right now, they're all full in that one. Now these are all full too. This one's available. And yeah, just a run-of-the-mill, everyday, typical locker. When you lock it, you pull this down, and then you can go and pay. You pay with this one here. And this is the sensor for the Suica. You just touch your digital card here, and boom, you've paid. Very convenient, very easy. There's a secret door. You see that? Secret door, everybody. This secret door leads... Wait. This secret door leads towards this building and to this side of Tokyo Station. So over here is the Yaesu side of Tokyo Station. If you don't need to go out of the central exit, that secret door has been there for years, and it's very useful. Locals know about this, so let's follow this lady in. All right, we're gonna make our way to the central exit of Yaesu and then walk through that north passageway going towards the Marunouchi side. So thanks for joining me, everybody. This is kind of a fun adventure. We had an earthquake. There's Daimyo department store. That's where I buy a lot of my Patreon gifts for the Daimyo class of supporters. Loads and loads of really unique, locally made gifts and cakes and cookies and senbei. And I'm there all the time looking for new stuff to buy people. There's a huge line for something called the Nyoku Sando. And I don't know, you can see right there on her NYC Sando. I don't know why people wait in line for this, but it's a confection that people really seem to love, and they wait for about 45 minutes for it every single day. I really don't know why. It's just a cookie to me. Now, this morning, just something to report to you. This morning, Osaka had an earthquake. It was like a magnitude like 6. It was pretty strong earthquake, actually. There's a lot of damage. Some schools lost windows and some things collapsed. Most people were okay. We're still kind of assessing it, but there's been some, thank you, Moyuki. There's been some delays. So we had just about 30 minutes ago, a ton of people just waiting here for their Shinkansen trains. And it seems like that pressure, the stress from not having a train has sort of dissipated. Everybody's been able to get on the trains now, but they were assessing the integrity of the tracks just to make sure that the Shinkansen could roll through safely, and that's pretty good that they do that. But it only took them a few hours to check everything, make sure it was okay, and now the Shinkansen's running again. So very strong earthquake in Osaka this morning. All of my friends in Osaka are okay, so that's always good. And if there's any updates on that, I'll let you know. Once again, Daimaru, this is one of the entrances to the Yaesu side of Tokyo Station. And if you've been to Tokyo before, you probably have walked through this entrance or exit. It's quite popular. Since the Daimaru department store opened a few years ago, this whole side of Tōkyō Station has gotten really nice. You can see in the window here they're selling the summer fashion for the yukatas. A little bit of sake. I like that color. Very nice. Summer means yukata. Yukata means fireworks. Japan has some of the best summer fireworks in the world. And it's like every weekend there's a big Hanabi Taikai somewhere. Alright, here's the entrance. The Yaesu Central entrance. And Tōkyō Station, if you haven't been here for a few years, has really undergone... Oh, there he is. Hey, brother. Alright. So, I want to go through here, the central entrance to Tōkyō Station. I'll talk to you later. There he is, Soham. I'll catch up with him a little bit later. All right, so over here, it's just totally been redone. Now, I take buses a lot in Tokyo because I know how this system works. So if you have a one-day pass from the Toei subway system, which is, there's two subway systems in Tokyo. One of them is the metro, the other one is Toei. And if you have a one-day pass for Toei, you have the capability to ride, well, you have the ticket to ride all around Tokyo for free for one day on all the buses. And all the buses depart from right there, and the Toei buses as well, which means that it's just really convenient if you learn about the buses. We're not going to do that on this live stream, but we are going to explore a little bit more of Tōkyō Station. This is the Yaesu Central entrance, and we're going to go inside right now and make our way over towards the Marunouchi side. So from this side, there's the Shinkansen platform again. But you have to go through the local trains in order to get there. That's why I prefer the Nihonbashi side. All right. Welcome to Tōkyō Station again. All right, so right there's the entrances. Now, if you have a ticket or a JR pass, you can go straight through the other side just by showing them your pass. They'll allow you to go into the station. Hello.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Are you lost, sir?
No. Are you from only Japan?
Yes, I am.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm
Nice
sorry.
to meet you,
Sorry
sir.
for interrupting you. But
Not at all.
I love your videos. It's amazing.
Where are you from?
Holland.
Holland.
Yeah.
How long are you here for?
10 days with my dad.
Oh, hey, Dad. Okay. Now you're on the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
No, so I heard you like, hey, wait a minute. I watched a lot of your videos.
Oh, so you knew the voice?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I've watched you like since 3 years ago. For the first time I went to Tokyo.
Oh,
like,
great.
I've been out for free time. I was like, you walk by, I'm like, wait a minute, I know that voice.
Yeah, that's
Very
my
familiar.
voice.
Yeah.
Am I that loud?
No, you're that memorable.
Are you taking the train today somewhere? Is that why you're here? Because I know there was a lot of delays because of the earthquake in Osaka.
No, we're currently like just walking around. I'm going to show my dad around all of Tokyo.
Oh, cool.
It's my first time here, so I'll know a bit about where to go.
It's hard to make your way around the station, I think. It's pretty big.
Yeah, this one is really big, of course.
Well, Central Station's pretty big too.
Oh, we are in Shinjuku. It's also like during rush hours. Ooh.
Shinjuku's bad.
That's really
Try
crowded.
taking the train in the morning at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
That's
7.
fun.
They can squeeze in there.
Yeah. Well, it was really nice to meet
thank
you.
so much for
Have a
interrupting.
good trip.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Have fun. Oh, that's very cool. Very nice. They're from Holland. Yeah, and if you do see me, you gotta come and say hi. That's just so awesome. So thanks, guys. Thanks for saying hi. Have a good trip. So now you're part of the show. So, back to it. Soham is over there waiting, but I want to keep this live stream based on this, so maybe I'll catch up with him a little bit later. There's lots of places where you can get lunch. You can see people are eating bowls of soup. You can have what we call like that last ramen. You can get that here in Tōkyō Station. Get one more for the road. So once again, for those of you who are joining us, we're on the Yaesu side of Tōkyō Station, and now we're going to be making our way to the Marunouchi side via shortcut. So those who are making the trip this summer to come to Japan, this is sort of what you can expect inside of the station. Now the Marunouchi side, if you do have a JR pass, just some random tidbits. If you do have a JR pass, you have to go to the Marunouchi side to validate it. Or you can validate it at other places, but that's the best place to do it. Right here you can see up here without getting lost is path to Marunouchi side. That's where you want to go. This is the only way to get to the other side without a ticket. Or go outside and walk around, but that takes you even more time. And if it's raining, you don't want to do that. Oh, I gotta show you this. Every time I walk through Tōkyō Station, I just come and look at this for 30 seconds. It's therapeutic. I promise. Check it out. Wow. I think it's caramel. I can just look at this all day. It starts here at the top of the tower, and it just falls gracefully into a vat. Look at that. All right, that's all I wanted to show you. I guess it comes with this salt caramel roll, which actually looks really good. Oishiso. All right. It's true, I'm very easily distracted. I think I might get that for dessert tonight. I'm surprised there's no people there waiting to buy any of it. Sometimes these desserts sell out. So by 5 p.m. they could be out of something that you really want. Right here you can see an advertisement for the Tokyo banana. That's also a very famous confection here in the city of Tokyo. Probably the most famous one, to the Tokyo banana. You can see they're sold just about everywhere. Oh, this one's got like flowers on it. Check it out. Hey Moe-yuki, thank you. They have like a patterned flower on top of these cakes. And inside is like a banana cream filling, which is really good. Only in banana is more banana. I saw that chat coming in here. All right. Up these escalators are more restaurants. There's a ton of really nice restaurants in Tokyo Station. So if you're looking for a good Japanese meal with English menus and places that you want to eat on the really quickly, I really recommend Tokyo Station because it's just easy. You can see all of these are just restaurants. You can even get them takeout. Of course, you can get ekiben inside of the station, which is the episode that I showed you on Japanese sandwiches. You could see inside of the station a ton of available ekiben shops, but also inside the station, there's tons of options. You don't have to be inside of the ticket area. Newsday is a convenience store that's I think it's run by JR, but they have these. Let me see if I can find it real quickly. Yeah, you see right there these onigiri. These right there, like they look like sandwiches, and Newsday sells those. They're really good. Oh, so now this is the pathway that goes to Marunouchi, and it starts to get a little bit deeper. But they're pretty smart. They started to sell like desserts and fruits, and you see some. There's a Chiba melon for $30. There's a Miyazaki mango for $120 for that one mango. Now that's a mango. Oh, look! And there's my friend, the square watermelon. You see that? Available in Tokyo Station. You have to go take the pathway to Marunouchi to see it. And here is the Godzilla's egg. If you don't know what that is, this watermelon is mammoth. It's pretty big for Japan. And it's got actually the label that says Godzilla's egg. Godzilla's tamago. Do you see that? And there's a sticker logo of Godzilla and the city of Tokyo as he tramples it after opening through the egg. It's super cool. And it's also super expensive. It's expensive. It's like a few $100. I think it was $200 the last time I checked. All right. Now, clearly you can see we're going to the Marunouchi North exit. And if you're a JR pass holder, that's important for you to know because that's where you would go to get it validated. And if you're not a JR pass holder and you're just a resident of Japan like me, this is where you can buy the JR Kanto Pass, which is allows you to use the Shinkansen unlimited for 3 days. You don't need to be a tourist, and that's the pass that I've used a couple of times, including on the Japanese sake vending machine episode. So on the walls, there's more advertisements on food, locations, places where you can travel in Japan. I'm going to be doing another episode on this that you see, this yellow line. We're kind of right now underneath all of the tracks. You can hear the trains rolling by above. I don't know if the microphone is picking it up. Now we've reached the Marunouchi North entrance. So we make a left turn and then we're pretty much there. Now the Yaesu entrance, Yaesu exit is newer. It's more modern. You're gonna see right away as we make our way right now into the north tower of the Marunouchi side of Tōkyō Station. The history, you can already see the floor has changed, the tiles, and we're gonna look up and you can see it's just really beautiful. And it's been preserved and renovated and preserved. I don't know in which order. There's a net to keep the pigeons out of it. But the Marunouchi side of Tokyo is the historical side, and that's one of the names that you should probably remember: Marunouchi and Yaesu. Y-A-E-S-U, Yaesu. Now, another reason why I wanted to bring you to the north entrance was because right here, this is where the JR East Travel Services is. And if you're a foreign tourist who cannot speak Japanese, this is the most painless way for you to validate your pass or to buy a pass. I believe you can buy passes inside of Japan now. This is where you want to go because everything here is in English. Except for maybe this sign. That sign's not in English, but everything else is here. You can see they have really laid out the interior of this place. Let's just have a quick look around. This is where you would validate your pass. And the train times and the times that depart are in English as well. Well, at least in Roman letters. This one going to Kanazawa. And you can see the 224 train. Everything is available. That means that you can get seats on all of these stops, whether it's Takasaki, Nagano, Toyama. It's all available right now on the 224 train. So it's pretty convenient just to stop in here and to grab some of the maps. There's lots of information like the Tokyo Metropolitan District Pass or Tokunai Pass. That's kind of cheap. That's only JR, I believe. Here's some recommended tickets for sightseeing in Eastern Japan. Okay. So a lot of this stuff is news to me because it's always changing. The Tokyo one-day pass has everything. You can see right there the Tokyo Metro, Toei Subway, streetcar, the Nippori. There's last two I haven't really ridden, and the Toei bus I was telling you about earlier. It's very convenient to know that one. Yeah. So all this stuff is in English. Very cool. And I think you can get maps. Oh, yeah. Check this out. Check it out. It's all in English. This is cool. I'm going to take one of these. This is really convenient. Okay. I'll come back. Oh, sorry, I just completely destroyed their office. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. All right. So that's what it looks like inside here. There we go. All right. Ta-da! All right, Marunouchi side. Hat change. Now we're on the back side. Like if you're playing golf, this would be the back nine. Up there you can see what Marunouchi looks like. Now they did a beautiful, when they reopened this side after the renovations, or was it before the renovations? They did this beautiful like laser show, I forget, projection, map tile projection on top of the facade, which was just absolutely stunning. And I think you can see videos on YouTube about it. That was about 5 years ago. I remember sitting outside watching Tōkyō Station, the historical exterior of this Marunouchi side, like come to life with the projectile mapping video, which is very cool. All right, here we are on the Marunouchi side. Very cool. And this side has a totally different vibe as the Yaesu side. Lots of tall buildings. There's the Marubiru and the Shin Marubiru. These are the two that just sort of dominate. And I've shown the Tōkyō Station platform, this area up there. There's a place that you can stand and take a look back, and an awesome view of this entire area. But let me just walk out a little bit, and I can look back at the station before we end this live stream. Hello.
It's you. Holy crap.
Is it? Holy crap. What's your name?
My name's Halida.
Halida, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, it's okay. Have a nice trip.
You too.
It's really me. I am who I am. All right. So I'm just gonna walk a little bit out here, and then we'll be able to look back at Tōkyō Station. Very cool. Now, since they finished the renovations to this side of Tōkyō Station, it's really become a lot more relaxing and easier to get around. They had like huge walls and barriers and construction. It was really loud, and it wasn't just until this year that it became so nice. I mean, I'll show you in a second when we get out there. Straight ahead is the Imperial Palace. That's where the emperor lives, which is why I think we give a lot of respect. Oh, there's the Hato bus. Look at all the tourists are on that thing. Yeah. Hello, kitty. I've never ridden the Hato bus, and I'm thinking that I might do it. Hey, let's go say hi to everybody. Let's go say hi to everybody. Okay. Hello, take my picture. Hello. No one's waving. Oh, hello, hello, lady. Yay. No. There's the one lady waved at me. These are some serious tourists. Bye, kitty-chan. All right, now we got a beautiful shot looking back at Tōkyō Station. Check it out. This is the Marunouchi side. It's absolutely worth the stop just to check out the history of it. One of my favorite baseball players is Babe Ruth. As a kid, I remember following pictures of Babe Ruth and studying his career and going, wow, 714 home runs and all the cool things. He really loved hanging out with kids and signing autographs late into the day, and I learned a lot from him. There's a picture of him when Babe Ruth came to Tokyo in 1936, or was it 1934? One of those 2 years. Babe Ruth made the trip cross-Pacific on a boat to come to Tokyo, to come to Japan, and he came here on a mission to promote Major League Baseball to Japan. And the sport of baseball now, I would say, even though sumo is quite big, the national sport of Japan is probably in people's hearts like baseball, just like maybe American football or basketball is the sport of the United States, although, you know, it's baseball. But here in Japan, it is baseball, and Babe Ruth was one of the people who, probably the person who helped make the sport just explode here. And that happened in the 1930s, believe it or not. People started to pick up baseball bats and gloves and start to play. It was because of Babe Ruth's efforts. And there's a famous picture of Babe Ruth in a convertible car driving through here, and in the background, you can see this. And it hasn't changed. Maybe it's a little bit cleaner, but it hasn't really changed much since the 1930s and before, when it was built over 100 years ago. It's a beautiful station. Over there is the International Post Office. Now, this post office is open 24 hours a day. I believe they have a window that's open. It's a service window. So if you need to send something anywhere in Japan or abroad, you can take the box over there, they'll weigh it and ship it for you. So that's how you know where that is. I think there's a couple of places in Tokyo, but that one is especially convenient because, yeah, there's been times I've been in a pinch and I needed to get a stamp mark on it in time. I run out here to this post office because it's the best. It's the best one that's open all the time, and there's so many windows that are open. You don't really have to wait a long time to get anything done. This station has a north and a south. Now the south entrance is right over there. And if you wanted to get around Tokyo Station without taking that shortcut that we went through, you have to walk around the ends. So you have to go about 500 meters this way, and then you can walk around. But there's a traffic light, there's a lot of things that make obstacles that make it slower. And if you want to walk around the station this way, you can walk via Nihonbashi, go around. It's about 700 meters or so, and then you can come back in through the entrance that we started this live stream at. 30 minutes! I was gonna do this in 30 minutes or less, but we're at 31 minutes, so. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped to watch that caramel dripping. If I'd stopped, if I didn't look at that caramel dripping, maybe I would have made it in 30 minutes or less. Awesome. So there you have it. That's Tokyo Station in 30 minutes or less. If you have a ticket, once again, for those who are joining us, if you have a ticket and you want to get through really quickly, you can also just show the station staff at the ticket entrance your ticket. You can walk straight through, show the ticket when you get out, and you can go directly from the north entrance of Yaesu to the north exit of Marunouchi and vice versa, as well as the south entrance and south exit just going straight through. If you don't have a ticket and you don't want to use your ticket like I just did, you can walk through the north side of Marunouchi and Yaesu. The pathway is pretty convenient. Yeah. Do you have any questions? This is the time for everybody who's been leaving comments. I will answer questions for a few minutes. Anything about Tokyo Station or the city of Tokyo. Who doesn't like caramel dripping? Barry Barton, yes, I love caramel dripping. That's why I kind of stopped there for a minute. Hello from France. Anything? I want you to feel. Did you feel the earthquake? No. Me and my wife, we did not feel the earthquake this morning, but her sister told me she did. So that it did hit Tokyo, but it was very light. When's the next channel video? If you watch Instagram tonight, you might see preview of it. It's just about done. I just have to put the narration in. Do you get lost inside of Tokyo Station? Not anymore. I can get through it pretty good. You could blindfold me, put me somewhere inside the station, and I'll be able to navigate my way out. I'm pretty sure I could do that. That could be a challenge. Why are you so awesome? Baka Taco. I remember Baka Taco, you gave us some helpful information the other day, so thank you for that. You should go shop at Beams. Yes, I have. I actually looked for suits there for the wedding party. They're a little bit out of my price range, but it's a very nice store. I missed the caramel dripping. Go back into the playback and watch it. I think it's about 15 minutes ago. Totally worth it. Saunas don't have geisha. True story. But soaplands, which somebody told me about, apparently have women that bathe the men, and they still exist today. A friend of mine said there's a place in Mie Prefecture, an island, that's separated, and they have this weird soapland. I don't know if I'm gonna make an episode out of it, but I get a lot of information like this, so I don't know if that's helpful to you, Mr. Geisha wanting sauna. Which is better, JR Pass or Suica? Moyuki, this is a really good question. Suica is totally different than a JR Pass. Suica is, it's something that you put money on. It's like cash, and you can spend it by touching it. A JR Pass is a ticket to freely use the trains for an unlimited amount of time, for a limited amount of time. So you can get a 1 week pass or a 2 week pass, or I think there's a 3 week pass. It just depends on what you want to do. This is a great question. So the JR Pass, I think, is it's a bargain, all right? Every single person who is in Japan, living here as a resident, wants one because it pays for itself. If you're doing a couple of trips, for me, making YouTube videos, to go to Osaka and back one time costs the same as 1 week unlimited use on the Shinkansen. I'm just putting it out there. If you're in doubt and you're going to use the train just a little bit, get the JR pass. If you're intending to go from Tokyo to Kyoto and maybe do one more trip, it pays for itself. And it pays for itself inside of the city of Tokyo, because the time that you're here, and if it's activated, you can use the ticket for JR trains locally. So there's that too. Let's see here. Aren't soaplands dodgy massage shops? They're not shops. They're like just baths that you go into and women bathe men. And they still exist in Japan today. I don't want to get too much into it. I've never been to one. I always have like lines. There's certain lines in life that you don't cross or you can't go back to. One of them is like killing a person. Once you become a killer, you don't go back, okay? Once you go to a soapland, you can't go back from that, okay? There's a line. I will not be going to a soapland ever, or else if I do, that's a line. It says, okay, then the next time it's no big deal. I've already been there already. So I'm not gonna be on a soapland, but I know about the culture. I've met a lot of people and been drinking with a lot of old salary guys who tried to get me to go to one, and I'm like, that's one of those lines, man. I'll go to the hostess club because it's part of business, but I'm not going to a soapland to get bathed by some random chick. So I'm a random woman. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. I got lines. Although maybe you don't, if you're watching this. Let's see here. These are some good questions. I'm not speaking from experience. I have never been. Do you know many Brazilians in Japan? That's Marcos. That's a very interesting question. I used to live in a place called Toyohashi. Toyohashi is in Aichi-ken. I lived there for about 3 months, and I lived in Okazaki for over a year, which is next door in Aichi-ken. And they have a very big Brazilian population because a lot of Brazilians came over after World War II, and a little bit after to help work in the factories. And now that those factory jobs, some of them are done, now they just have families. They've all married, and Toyohashi has a nice vibe. I was there during the 2002 World Cup when Japan had the World Cup with Korea in 2002, and I lived in Toyohashi, and I gotta tell you, that was the best place in the country to watch games on TV. I know a lot of people are watching the World Cup now. Congratulations to Mexico. Germany's probably not too happy about that, but back then, Brazil won the World Cup, and it was like the best place to be in Tokyo, Toyohashi. So I actually, all the Brazilian friends that I had down there have actually either gone back to Brazil or just lost touch. We didn't have Facebook in 2002. What about Hokkaido and Akita to possibly Gunma? The professor's writing, do you mean with the JR pass? Yeah, I mean, you could take that. I'm not sure what you mean. Big earthquake in Nara. I'm not sure where the epicenter was, Pozo, but I know that Osaka was was affected by it. Do you have to tip in Japan? Photo Luke, Hawaii. Have you been to, did you just come back? I know you're coming to Japan soon, I think. You don't have to tip in Japan. Tipping is absolutely discouraged. Don't do it. I think I've discussed this before in another live stream, but if you try to tip people, some people get angry because it's, number one, culturally, it makes no sense to tip in Japan. People don't need, they're getting paid enough for the job that they're doing. To give them extra money is condescending. It's looking down on them. Because you think that they're just a taxi driver, you have to give them money from your pocket. People are not appreciative of tips. It's just not that kind of a culture. And you don't want to ruin the culture anyways. If you start tipping, then the next foreigner who comes and takes a taxi has to tip, or else the taxi driver gets upset. Just stick with the way that the things are done here in Japan. You don't have to tip anybody. For restaurants, the service charge is already in it. People are paid pretty decently for restaurant jobs, and if they don't want to do that job, they just find something else. Usually they're people who are working at home. Younger people are living with their parents, so they don't have very high living costs. People are living with their parents into their 30s these days, so yeah, you don't tip. When in Rome, exactly, Tim said it. When in Rome. Can we meet up with you when we go to Japan in August? I might be doing a meetup. I can't keep up with meeting people. I'm really, really honored when people send me an email and say, John, I'm in Tokyo now. Can I buy you a drink or buy you lunch? I really want to do it. And I've been trying to do it, to meet with as many people who come, like Sosham. And he found me by watching the video. He's hardcore, man. He took a ferry. He's been sending me messages. He took a ferry like 2 days ago to go to Tokushima. It's like 16 hours. And then he was there for like half a day and he came back. I was like, what are you doing in Tokyo? You showed me 2 days ago a ticket that you were going to by ferry to Tokushima. So he went to Tokushima, he rode the ferry, looked like Tokushima, maybe, hopefully he ate some of the really delicious chicken, and then he came back and he's back here already. Crazy. He's probably around here right now. If you see him, let me know. That's pretty crazy. He like tapped me on the shoulder. All right, so questions, yeah. I got a lot on my mind. I'm right now editing the main channel episode. I came out here to look for packages for the Daimyo supporters on Patreon. Every month I send them a package from somewhere in Japan. This month I'm still in Tokyo, so I found something that's pretty neat in the Daimaru. That's where I've been sending the packages for the last couple of months, but that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The weather is in the middle of the rainy season right now. June is not a good month to be in Japan, unless you like rain and clouds. And you can see up there the sky. It's raining right now. It's very light. It's been raining on and off for the last few days, and the temperature has dipped where I need kind of like a sweater. So it's not exactly... Yes, he's very passionate, Pozo. Do you like Shinagawa Station? Like it? I don't know. I have no feelings. I got no feelings about Shinagawa Station. I got lost in Shinagawa Station. I don't know Shinagawa Station. I know Tokyo Station better. So Shinagawa might be in my top 20. I don't know. It's not a bad station. They had the first Dean and DeLuca cafe. It was like, hey, I like that cafe, and now they got them all over the place, so I don't need to go to Shinagawa Station. Actually, most foreign residents of Japan hate Shinagawa Station because it's the portal to the immigration's office, and I don't know any foreign resident who likes to go to the immigration office ever. And it's like you waste half a day there. And I've been there many, many times. And when you say Shinagawa Station, most foreign residents they cringe. You go, ugh. So no, it's not a beautiful place, not a beautiful image, not like this, anyways. What is the clothing style there? I don't know. Just look at the people. If you're a guard, your clothing style is this. Pants a little bit too high, which makes it easier to walk. I don't know, people are wearing cool biz right now. Right now, more jackets are out, but typically people don't wear jackets. You can see just basic. You know, nothing special. What station is this? You can tell who's joining us late. Did you see the title? This is Tokyo Station. This is the Marunouchi side. The other side is the Yaesu side. All right, I'll take a couple more questions. This must be useful for you guys, so you have to ask questions. Can you hang out just in front of Marunouchi? I guess so. I'm hanging out there right now. Someone taking your picture. No, they're just taking pictures of the station. Where will I find foreign-friendly gym for Pilates classes? Actually, Kanai teaches Pilates. I think I don't know if she still does it. I think she teaches in Yokohama. I don't know if she'll give you a lesson though. There's English-friendly Pilates classes. I think if just about anywhere in the center of Tokyo, you should be able to do it. My friend has a place that he does really good. I don't know if it's still running, but I think he called it. It's in Omotesando between Shibuya and Omotesando. I think it was called. I can't remember the name of the place. If I remember it, I'll put it in the description. But it's on Katsudori, on the second floor. And he used to be, I think, a Lehman Brothers trader. And we all know what happened to Lehman Brothers in 2008. And now he does yoga and teaches yoga. Smart man. And Pilates, I believe. Because my wife Kanai, she also teaches yoga and Pilates. She has a Pilates license to teach it. You never went to honeymoon, Reverend 900. These questions are about me. They're supposed to be about Tokyo Station. We're going on honeymoon this week, so you're not going to see any live streams from Japan for about 10 days, starting at the end of this week. So, Jordan, thank you. Thanks for distracting me from work. You're very welcome. I can do this all day, although I can't because I got to go back and edit the rest of the video. Some of the questions are just weird. To otaku, yes, they are. Is Tokyo Station your best choice? What do you mean? Like, I didn't really choose it. It kind of chose me. Tokyo Station is one of the most important stations, if not the most important station in Japan, or in Tokyo at least, because this is where the Shinkansen originates. This is where a lot of the train lines originate. And the reason why you want to get on the train at Tokyo Station is because if you want a seat, you want to start at the origin of the train. So you can almost always get a seat if you get on the train at Tokyo Station. If you get in at Yokohama or Shinagawa, you might not get a seat. It just depends on the time that you get onto the train. Do you have a little Asian in you? There's nothing little about my Indian heritage, my friend. 1 billion people would say that that's the bigger side of me. I'm just saying. Yes, I'm half Indian. Hello from Union Square. Oh, okay. Hey, Anil, yeah. I'm doing another meetup, by the way. Did you say hi to my mom and dad, Dulce and Daniel? Hey, Dulce and Daniel. Can you tell me something about your next episode, and do you have ideas for many episodes? Yes, Bad English Rex. The next episode, Kevin Riley, are in Osaka eating okonomiyaki, and you're gonna find that out if you watch Instagram. In fact, if you're a follower on Instagram, you probably already know. Can you do the Indian head shake? This is what you mean. I remember when my uncle did it. I was like, what's wrong with him? Does he know the answer? Is that a yes or no? It just goes like that. Where can I get the best bentos from Ueno Station? I don't know. You look at the window and you can find it. There's no one place in particular. You go by how you feel. If you want halal bentos, that might be more difficult. If you want a sandwich, you just need to get a sandwich. There must be at least 24 bento shops inside of the station. There's not one in particular that's any good, but there's an eki-ben shop where places from all over Japan have come and brought the bentos to this one shop. And not all of them, but a lot of the bentos are there, and you can buy what you want from there, which is pretty cool. When are you going to buy a car? Paul, first I want to rent a car, and then I eventually will buy it maybe next year. I'm not that rich where I can pay for the parking in Tokyo. It's not worth it. I don't drive enough to warrant buying a car. I would have to move outside of the city of Tokyo to do that. Tourist bus drivers speak English. Tourist buses, maybe. But usually if it's a tourist bus, there's a guide who will speak English. What car would you buy? I'm at a train station, dang diggity. Why are we talking about car? You and Peter should go try Japanese game show. What? Okay. Can you do a video on halal food places? I wanted to do one on halal ramen. So I might do that when I come back in July. A lot of people, and the reason why, because a lot of people have been asking for it. So keep asking. If I haven't done an episode that you're interested in, keep asking me, because it does make a difference. I think it's good to do that. We walk by a lot of people who are on specialized diets, especially halal food. There was, you can tell because they wear headscarves. A lot of the ladies that were on the Yaesu side, they're from Malaysia. Most of those people, Malaysia or Indonesia, and I've had people stop me and they come and say hi, and then they'll ask me, "Do you know where I could find good halal food?" I said, I don't know. So that's something that I got to look into, because that's sort of what I do. Nosh was asking, which is easier to navigate, Tokyo Station or Shinjuku Station? Tokyo Station. Tokyo Station. I think Tokyo Station, it's easier to go from entrance to train. Shinjuku Station is so large with lots of shops, it's easy to get lost. A lot of Shinjuku Station is underground, whereas Tokyo Station is mostly above ground, and that makes it a lot easier for you to get your bearings. Tokyo Station is a little bit newer because it's been renovated, so all of the signs are in English. You can find all that information pretty much a lot easier than you can in Shinjuku Station. The problem with Shinjuku Station is, once again, like, it's underground. You don't have any vantage points, and to make it even harder for locals, well, we kind of know where to go by sense, left and right and left, left, left. But a lot of these shops will change. So something that would be a landmark 2 years ago is probably another business right now. So that also makes it like, well, I don't remember this cafe being here. It used to be a Starbucks. Now it's a 7-Eleven. That has happened to me so many times. And I've gotten lost because I'd be like, that doesn't make sense. Businesses don't change that much in Japan, do they? But they do. So Shinjuku, by far, is more difficult to navigate. The more I think about it, the more times I can say I've been lost in Shinjuku Station. Because it's not just Shinjuku Station. The underground connects between Shinjuku Station and Shinjuku Chome Station. And that's like 1.5 kilometers away. It feels like anyways. So it's pretty darn big. I do love up here, sorry, the trees up on the platform of the Shinra building. It's pretty cool, huh? I've been up on that deck. This is where I did the 360 question and answer 2 years ago on the Only Japan main channel. I started up here, which is very cool. All right, everybody. I did hear about the earthquake today. I'm hoping and praying that everybody is okay in Osaka. My friends are okay. I haven't heard from Kevin Riley yet, but everybody that I talked to so far, my friends there are pretty good. So thanks everybody for everybody with questions. Thank you everybody for watching this episode. I hope it's useful. I'm trying to make more of these videos that make it easier for you to acclimatize. I don't know what's the word. To get used to the area, so when you do come to Tokyo and you do come to Tōkyō Station in particular, you're going to be able to navigate your way a little bit better by watching this. Thanks for the questions, not having to do with anything with this live stream, and I will see you all again later. I'm going to end the last 20 seconds just looking in at Marunouchi. Have a great day or night, everybody. Main channel episode coming online, I believe, tonight. Ooh.